The Kira case is rightly regarded as one of the most difficult cases to solve in all of fiction, where the culprit, Light Yagami, also known as Kira, wields a magical notebook known as the Death Note to kill criminals in a bid to become the god of the new world. Light being both smart and manipulative enough, it took a man whose intelligence rivaled 13 intelligence bureaus to go after him. But what if instead of the super detective known as L, the world, or rather the entire galaxy, got the best bounty hunter alive on the case? Could Samus Aran solve the Kira case? In this scenario, we drop Death Note's version of Earth and place it in the Metroid universe, with Light at the start of his career, but instead of L, Samus is called in to solve the case. For Light, he will have to figure out both her name and her face and kill her, or be impossible to track down to win. Samus Aran needs to track down Kira and is allowed to capture or kill them at her leisure. With the rules out of the way, let's get into it. So the beginning of Death Note is more or less the same, as Light picks up the Death Note and begins killing the criminals he does in canon. Global authorities begin picking up that criminals are mysteriously dying and decide they need help to solve the case. Now it may seem strange that in a galaxy-wide scenario, Samus would be called in this early. However, the Galactic Federation is not particularly centralized, the Federation, and local planets very often employ bounty hunters for local matters. For example, Samus' second mission to SR-388 was at the behest of a local system governor, and she has completed many missions once thought impossible. We also know Samus is so good that there is an entire tier of bounties specifically set aside for her. And a case revolving around a mysterious killer executing people with heart attacks is certainly of her pay grade. For his part, Light would still be able to hack into the police network and probably find out from there, or from publicly available bounty boards, that there is a bounty for Kira. And given Samus is an above-board contractor and not a shadowy agent, it probably wouldn't be too long until Light finds out the galaxy's greatest hunter is out for him. Samus, for her part, should be able to quickly narrow down the list of suspects down to only humans, as the Death Note, as written in plain text, can only kill humans, and therefore the various alien species of the Federation would be unharmed, criminals or not. The question is this: could Samus Aran narrow it down to Earth, or even Japan? So now we need to talk about Samus' intelligence feats, specifically when it comes down to tracking down her targets. To put it bluntly, Samus' intelligence in this regard is just better than anything in Death Note. She is capable of routinely navigating entire planets on her own with no assistance, has feats of hunting down and exterminating every member of multiple species such as the Metroids across multiple planets. In the Samus and Joy manga, Samus' friends are kidnapped by a shadowy organization and taken to another planet, and she tracks them down across space within the day. She is also smart in other ways. For example, in every game, Samus is just naturally able to operate any machinery she comes across, ranging from state-of-the-art Federation space stations to ancient Chozo technology to even modern Chozo technology, which blows past anything in the Metroid galaxy and in Death Note. Whilst we really get to see Samus hunting her prey in action, we know she's capable of evading capture, and to me this is her craziest intelligence feat, as she's able to evade capture from the SCX, a genetic clone of herself with the exact same memories and her powers, including her precognition, and she was still able to give them the slip. Oh, and if that weren't enough, there were 10 of them. Now, if that wasn't enough, Samus is reinforced with her scan visor, which is connected to the Federation databases and is able to feed her critical intel on just about anything she wants. So what does this all mean? It means Samus should easily be able to, via her own high intelligence, or via her scan visor, be able to backtrace the heart attacks and come to the same conclusion that L did in the canon timeline. Kira is on Earth and likely Japanese. While Samus is on the hunt, what can Light do to stop it? Samus' reputation is extremely well known. Her heroic deeds are common knowledge, and Light would know she is the biggest threat to his grand vision for the future. However, Light does run into a few problems. For example, a majority of the population believes Samus is male, not female, and almost no one knows her face. Light is able to hack into the police database, sure, but Federation technology is far more advanced. But even if he could hack in and search for intel on Samus, he would only find that Samus served in the Federation police, which, by the events of Metroid Dread, was well over a decade ago, and said pictures, if there were any, would be out of date. As for those she served in the military with, they're almost all dead, save for Anthony Higgs, who is a soldier who served with Samus, and Adam Malkovich, her former CEO, who is deceased and currently exists as an AI replica, aboard Samus's ship. In short, Light has no way to get to them, and simply doesn't have the connections or the hacking feats to break into secure Federation information, nor would he even know Samus served in the military to begin with. Plus, Light would realize his inability to kill aliens has drawn attention to Earth, and he would begin to feel the pressure. Light is cornered here. He would have to somehow catch Samus without her helmet, without her spotting him immediately and write down her name. So the question remains, can Samus close out the case from this stage? Yes. Samus mapped out an entire galaxy in a conversation to get a lay of the land one time. It wouldn't take her long to survey the entire Earth. And unfortunately for Light, Samus just has another ace up her sleeve. You see, Samus can see ghosts in Metroid, from the Chozo ghosts, to Alembic ghosts, to Phantoon, to the Covern, and everything in between. Even if you wanted to argue Ryuk is somehow different, Samus can even keep track of ghosts as they travel in other realms with her handy visor. As such, unlike L, Samus can see the Shinigami that's always tailing Light, and it would just be good game from there. Samus is not afraid to slaughter an enemy she deems worthy of her contempt, such as daring a pirate to shoot a child in the head point blank, only to catch the bullet and then shoot the pirate dead in the process. So I really do not see how Light can get himself out of this, and even if he did try something, Samus is just speed blitzing him anyway. For Light, this is the end of the New World Order, and for Samus, this is just another common mission.